I joined the circle group. While I was going through your message, I went through the 40 days reset program. Between then and now, I've seen a lot has changed. All because, some of your messages, some of your leadership words, encouragement on how we should follow procedures. Some of these things, the way you talk it, you make it seem as if it's not difficult.
I went back to the 40-day reset. So in one of it, that if I start thinking about being a victim or anything, it's not going to help me and it's not going to help my employer as well. So every day when I'm driving to work, I play each of those things and it has really helped me. Wow. Oh, it has helped me. Wow. I found out that the way I see myself has really, really changed.
I immediately joined Circle and started the 40-day reset. It has been absolutely life-changing for me as far as a mindset shift that I didn't know I needed.
It's a very wonderful mental reset. If you're just joining in here and you have not tried that, please just go and check it out. I can promise you will come back and testify.
I joined the circle group. While I was going through your message, I went through the 40 days reset program. Between then and now, I've seen a lot has changed. All because, some of your messages, some of your leadership words, encouragement on how we should follow procedures. Some of these things, the way you talk it, you make it seem as if it's not difficult.
I went back to the 40-day reset. So in one of it, that if I start thinking about being a victim or anything, it's not going to help me and it's not going to help my employer as well. So every day when I'm driving to work, I play each of those things and it has really helped me. Wow. Oh, it has helped me. Wow. I found out that the way I see myself has really, really changed.
I immediately joined Circle and started the 40-day reset. It has been absolutely life-changing for me as far as a mindset shift that I didn't know I needed.
It's a very wonderful mental reset. If you're just joining in here and you have not tried that, please just go and check it out. I can promise you will come back and testify.
Hello, everyone. I am excited to say that we had an amazing time at the C-Suite Leadership Retreat at the Oberoi in Marrakech, Morocco. You know what? The treatment was beyond 5-star. The feedback is just amazing. The content of the discussions, paradigm shifted. Just 2 days, right? And it's been an amazing time of pulling away for C-suite leaders and founders and CEOs. And everybody is going home with a paradigm shift, with new ideas to execute. So I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been a part of our C-Suite Leadership Retreat 2024. And it's my pleasure to announce from the 8th to the 11th of July 2025, we'll be having the C-Suite Retreat in Dubai. Everyone who attended this year is signing up to come next year. Some of the people who were not here are already signing up to be there. Our numbers must remain small. So my encouragement, sign up right away. Go on my Linktree and just find the link and sign up right away, because we are so sure that in a very short time, all the slots that we have will be taken. So I look forward to seeing you in Dubai in 2025 to your success.
The C-Suite retreat is amazing. I mean, it's just mind-blowing. The high level of excellence, the first-class treatment is exceptional.
It's been so wonderful. It was strategic.
Every session has been powerful, and I will definitely come back next year.
Experience was great.
It was amazing, transformative.
I was blown away by the speakers.
Excellence. Content was really, really powerful.
This was a world-class conference. I will be here for Shift 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sam Adeyemi.
That point where you make up your mind is where your life changes. That's where a poor man becomes a rich man. That's where failure changes to success. It is your decision, not your condition, that determines your destiny.
Success is a journey, it's not a destination. The mistake too many people make is to say, I have arrived. No, you need to stay on entrepreneurial shift. You have to have a huge desire for the thing that you really, really want. So if that means you have to spend 40, 60, 80 hours a week to get there, that's a burning desire. Who has a burning desire to build wealth today?
Sometimes you won't have all the answers. Neither do the men. 50% of our population cannot be sitting back. God bless you.
Get up, ladies. Get up, men. Get up, children. Get up and run with the light that you have.
In life, if you don't move, words without action is nothing. So when you told your neighbor shift, did you shift? In this book, you will find out that to make changes can be very uncomfortable, but when you start, it gets easier.
My experience was great.
It was amazing, transformative.
I was blown away by the speakers.
Excellence. Content was really, really powerful.
This was a world-class conference. I will be here for Shift 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sam Adeyemi.
That point where you make up your mind is where your life changes. That's where a poor man becomes a rich man. That's where failure changes to success. It is your decision, not your condition, that determines your destiny.
Success is a journey, it's not a destination. The mistake too many people make is to say, I have arrived. No, you need to stay on entrepreneurial shift. You have to have a huge desire for the thing that you really, really want. So if that means you have to spend 40, 60, 80 hours a week to get there, that's a burning desire. Who has a burning desire to build wealth today?
Sometimes you won't have all the answers. Neither do the men. 50% of our population cannot be sitting back. God bless you.
Get up, ladies. Get up, men. Get up, children. Get up and run with the light that you have.
In life, if you don't move, words without action is nothing. So when you told your neighbor shift, did you shift? In this book, you will find out that to make changes can be very uncomfortable, but when you start, it gets easier.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are around the world. Welcome to the Leadership Live. Welcome to the Leadership Live. As usual, this is a global event, okay? Because we are a leadership movement. And it's exciting to see my friend and Bruce from Los Angeles, California. Thank you. Yes, the Shift book. The reviews are coming in phenomenal. Oh, by the way, Anne was at the Barnes & Noble there in California, and she saw Shifts on display on the shelves. I was at the Barnes & Nobles at the Perimeter here in Atlanta less than an hour ago, and I saw Shifts on the shelf, right? In fact, I took a picture. Watch out for it on social media, right? I signed a copy. Whoever gets in there first is going to get a copy autographed by me, right? It's amazing. So thank you. So as usual, let us know the city and the country you're joining us from. It encourages us, right? It's good feedback for us, right? Thank you, Sam 7 from Kumasi, Ghana. Thank you. You're always here. Amazing. Thank you. Yes. Oh, Totime Sylvester, also from Ghana. Amazing. Chima Roque from Milton Keynes in the UK. Awesome. Joseph Peter from Ijebu-Ode, Nigeria. Thank you. Oluyege, Nigeria. Abraham Tubo from Port Harcourt. Olayemi from Abeokuta, Nigeria. Thank you. Pastor Tim Baker from Chicago. Thank you. Always so supportive. Amazing. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you, Paul from Ota, Nigeria, and Chooks from Lagos, and Oyedele from Ogun State, Wisdom from Accra, Ghana. Amazing. Abraham from Abuja, Nigeria. Joseph is in Wolverhampton, United Kingdom. And Geoffrey from Abuja, Nigeria. Deshola from Ikotun, Lagos. Larry from Lagos. Amazing. Femi Ojo is in Canada. Olubenga is from Igado. Good to see you, Benga. Bernard from Ondo State, Nigeria. And Korede is in Sweden. Amazing. Thank you. Ojong from Cross River State. Joseph from Wolverhampton, United Kingdom. Wow. Shedrack is in Lagos. Osarun Wense is in the UK. Dolapo is in Saskatchewan, Canada. I hope I pronounced it correctly. I like it there. I've been to Regina. Amazing people there. Akatse is in Volta region, Ghana. Wow. Thank you. Yes, we'll meet one day by God's grace. Mike is in Michigan in the USA. Folu from Lagos. Wale from Kaduna State. And Lawrence from Abuja. And Kende from Okitikupa. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. So many people joining us today. Michael is in Canada. Afolabi is in Ogun State. And Bamidele is in Aberdeen. That's Scotland, right? Amazing. Olalekon is in Marlborough. That's Nigeria. Samson's in the UK. Latvia. Awesome. Nasarawa State. Cornelius is in Poland. Eniola is in Lagos. Josiah is also in Ghana. Amazing. Wow. Now, thank you, guys. Thank you. Of course, we don't want to use all of our time today to call out names and cities, but I just wanted to know we really appreciate this. Is global. And okay, so this is a leadership event, right? By a leadership community. We are a leadership community. We are a community. Right now, all over the world, things are shifting so fast. The safe space for every single person is to belong to a community. Thank God that that's already an innate need for all of us, the need to belong, at least to a group. This is a leadership community. Why? Because leadership is one of the biggest needs of the world right now. Leadership is one of the biggest needs of the world. And I'll tell you that in our community, we do not tie leadership only to the occupying of positions. Of course, people that occupy positions have outsized impact on results. However, in our community, we define leadership as the ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals. The key word there is influence, and it's a skill. Every human being already has the potential to influence. The problem with associating leadership only with position is that most people abandon their responsibility to influence. And it's either you influence or you are influenced. In fact, you cannot escape being influenced. However, you can choose how you will be influenced. And you can choose how you will build and use your influence. Building and using influence, that is what we do here. One person here counts for 100 out there, counts for 1,000 out there, counts for 1,000,000 out there. All right. Let's start our influence from here. Share the link for this event right now with someone. Bring them in. Bring them in. You see, because people tie leadership to positions, and most people just resign themselves to fate, F-A-T-E. It's like they don't bother. If they see something is about leadership, I wish people understood. I wish people understood. One of the most important decisions I made that changed my life was deciding I was going to be part of the top 20% of people in my industry in my country of birth, Nigeria. I looked around and said, whatever field I'm operating in, I am going to be part of the top 20%. It's life-changing. And of course, later, I upped it to 5% and then changed it to 3% and then moved it up to 1%. It is life-changing because there's less competition at the top, and that's where most of the resources are. That is where most of the opportunities are. I'm telling you, the best of them, right? Come on. So now I've made it now my own life assignment to move people into that top 20%. Check your organization wherever you're in. The people at the top, they get most of the resources. They get most of the opportunities to change people's lives, and they get most of the resources. They get most of the compensation. It's just the way it works, right? Exactly. So I started a leadership school. Many years ago called the Daystar Leadership Academy. The Daystar Leadership Academy, right? Over 50,000 people have graduated from the school. It's 23 years old now, right? But then here is our own unique opportunity today at this Leadership Live, okay? Good. So just in case you've never heard about this book, it's titled Shifts, 6 Steps to Transform Your Mindset and Elevate Your Leadership. It's a powerful methodology for transforming your life. And then because you're a leader, for transforming the lives of people on your team, the people in your organization, and even the people in a whole nation. It's a powerful transformation methodology. And sadly, most transformation efforts in our world fail, period. At the personal, organizational, and national levels, most fail. So I broke it down here made it as simple as possible. SHIFT is an acronym for See, Hear, Insight, Formulate, Transform, and Succeed. Powerful transformation methodology published by Wiley. Okay, available on all major platforms around the world. Barnes & Noble, Torchlight, Walmart, Target, available on Amazon, everywhere. You can get the hard copy, you can get the digital copy, the ebook, and you can also get the audiobook wherever audiobooks are sold. Amazing. It is transformational. Okay. And the reviews are coming in, the testimonials are coming in, and they are powerful. It is structured not just to tell you what you need to do, but to take you through the process of doing it. So you'll see in every single chapter, you'll see stories, you'll see the lessons, you will see the application, you will see stumbling blocks to the application, and you will see the key takeaways, right? And I tell you a lot of my stories just to make it simple for you to understand. I share a lot of my stories and other people's stories there. All right. 2 weekends ago, I was in Benin Republic, which is right next to Nigeria in Africa. And I was hosted to a leadership conference called the Global Success Conference. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. Sorry, I'm unable to call out everybody's name, but I can see us from Nigeria, I can see us from Iowa, and from the UK, and from Liberia. Yes. Thank you. Okay, so, and we had some 500 or so business leaders and leaders from government and church leaders there in Benin Republic, and it was amazing. I was hosted by Dr. Paul Agay, dynamic and visionary leader there. It's awesome. And then this weekend that just ended, we were in Toronto, Canada for our Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable. It was amazing. And the feedback was just mind-blowing, right? This BLA, we call it Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable. The objective is just simple. Just help people to go times 10, times 5, times 10, or times 100 of your current level of results. That's the objective of these meetings. And that's why they're small in number, anywhere from 15 to 25 people. And we do the whole day together. It's phenomenal. So I share what I call big shift principles. Wisdom is always counterintuitive. So the reason why it's good to be a part of such an experience is you just discover what you thought would work for you, would help you succeed, is actually what is stopping you from succeeding. It's remarkable. What helps you to get to this point cannot take you beyond here. So that breakthrough in thinking is what happens in the room. And because it's only people at that level that are there, right? The conversations are so powerful. Wow. BLA Toronto was something else. So we have people indicating already. So we have invitations to come run the same program in Winnipeg, Canada, in Calgary, Canada, in Halifax, in Canada. And usually we would test and be sure that there would be enough people there to make it absolutely worth our while. Okay. All right. Yes. So this is how we structure this discussion. I'm going to talk on a particular subject for a few minutes, and then afterwards you can ask me questions, and then we'll call it a day. I know it's night already for some of us, so we're not going to keep us through the night. Okay. When I share my story of how I got to believe that I am leadership material, like we say, I always mention the fact that someone gave me a book to read, and the author said everyone has leadership potential, and this was some 35 years ago. You know, the first book I would read on leadership, and the author said everybody has the potential to lead. That you should forget all those old theories and narratives that make us to believe that few people are born to lead, everybody else is born to follow. And yes, Dr. Shumakinde, it's great to see you. Thank you. Thank you. So the author listed the qualities of a leader and said, you go through these qualities, go through the qualities. You will see, whoever you are, that you have some of them already. The ones you don't have, you can cultivate. The ones you don't have, you can cultivate. I looked at the qualities. I saw that I had some already. The ones I did not have, I realized I could learn. Chief among the qualities I did not have was strong communication skills. Right? And so it became my personal development goal to improve my communication. And then as I studied, I learned how to start conversations with strangers. Because for those of us that are introverts, the challenge sometimes is, we do complex thinking, complex analysis. That's where our superpower is, right? Breaking down complex things. So when it comes to holding simple conversations, we struggle because we don't thrive on trivia, right? And you need to be able to hold conversations that are not this heavy grinding of complex theories, right? And solving the problems of the whole world. Some conversations need to be lighthearted, right? So I had to learn. And right now, in fact, and I even had to learn how to keep a conversation going after you have started. It's amazing. And now we can have a conversation for 24 hours. Right? I learned it. And I'm telling you, as I consciously developed these qualities, I just literally floated to the top. Anywhere I have been since then, I have risen to the top. It's amazing. Okay. Because some of these qualities are actually principles in themselves. And principles have power. You can leverage them. They never leave you the same. Right? Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Okay? Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Please share. Drag someone into this room. The few minutes that we have left are going to change somebody's life, right? And not just that person's life, because it's about leadership. Who knows who's going to be a governor tomorrow? Who knows who's going to be a senator? Who knows who's going to be a president? That's why we need to invest in people. And that's why this is free. Who knows, right? So drag someone in here. Yes, we're discussing leadership that can literally transform your career. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Isaiah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone from Nigeria. Thank you, Michael in Virginia Beach. Thank you. And Papi number 13, right, from Seattle. Oh, you're at work. Yes. 3 hours difference between you and I, right? Greetings from Ghana. How do I get hard copies of Shift? As it is, presently, I'm not aware of any bookshops stocking Shifts in Ghana. So if Amazon delivers to Ghana, that would be a sure bet at the moment. If you're in Nigeria, the bookshop at Daystar Christian Center in Oregon, Lagos, or Roving Heights Bookshop. You can just check them out on, in fact, you can reach out to them on social media at Roving Heights, right? They have bookshops around Nigeria and they deliver all over Nigeria, okay? Good. Everywhere else around the world, check your local bookstore. Just ask them. Ask them. They'll likely have it on their inventory and they can help you source as many copies as you want. All right. Good. So the quality I want to talk about today. Oh, what leadership books do you recommend? Of course, this is the one I'm carrying on my head right now. Everywhere I go, it's what's inside this book that I'm sharing. Consider it as the synthesizing of everything I have read about leadership in 40 years, right? Oh, yes. And all of my experiences in life, it's life-changing. That's my number one recommendation. At the moment, I have other books. Just Google my name on Amazon. You'll see I have one, Lead, Multiply, Principles to Multiply Your Success at Any Level. Yeah. Because that's what leadership does. It actually multiplies your potential for success. Thank you, Dr. Misele from Liberia, for joining us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys. Okay. Let me talk about vision. Let me talk about vision for a minute. You know, there are some words that you hear over and over and over again, and you think you understand them, and you kind of want to bypass them, right? You kind of want to just sidestep them and move on. But honestly, this quality, which is a principle, and that's why it's powerful, vision. So what's vision? Vision is sight. Vision is simply ability to see, right? So there are various definitions for vision. Some people say it is the mental picture of a preferable future. I'm going to tell you why it's so powerful for a leader. Why you literally shift to the front when you develop this quality. Literally shift to the front or rise or float to the top, right? Vision. The mental picture of a preferable future. George Banner, a management consultant, defined vision as foresight based on insight with the benefit of hindsight. What's the common factor to those three words? Sight. Sight. Foresight is seeing what has not yet happened, seeing ahead. Insight is the ability to see with your inner eyes. Inner eyes. We all have two sets of eyes. Your outcome in life depends almost entirely on the effectiveness of your inner eyes. Some people call it, say that's what your imagination is about. Seeing with your inner eyes. This is how I describe it. If your physical eyes are working, but your inner eyes are blind, there's no combination of opportunities that can make a success out of you. If your inner eyes are open, but your physical eyes are blind, you still have all opportunity to make something good out of your life. If you have both, be thankful. Be thankful. Foresight, based on insight, based on insight, based on insight, with the benefit of hindsight. Now, hindsight is looking at what you've been through in life, looking at your past successes and your past failures, and being able to synthesize, the data to derive understanding from it or insight, and to make the decisions that will turbocharge your progress. Foresight based on insight with the benefit of hindsight. I define vision as the ability to see people, places, and things not just the way they are, but the way they could be. Right? So that's combination of the outer eyes and the inner eyes, right? Ability to see, check the categories, those 3 categories. People first, ability to see people, places, and things, not just the way they are, but the way they could be. Let me take them one by one. Ability to see people, not just the way they are, but the way they could be, starting from you. And all leadership starts with personal leadership. Ability to see you, ability to see yourself, not just the way you are, but the way you could be. In fact, I would strongly recommend, if you can, that you order my book Lead on Amazon right away, because I can't say everything that I have there on vision, but the first chapter 1 is on new visions and new dreams, and chapter 4 is on principles of visions. And I discussed there reasons why we don't have vision, right? Reasons why we have problems with vision sometimes. One of it is past failure, right? Because we failed at something before, especially if those failures came with painful experiences, right? It reduces our capacity to take risks. Dreaming or visioning sometimes is an act of faith, and it is risk-taking, right? Because honestly, sometimes when you really do it, it will be like you're crazy. You will feel like you're being crazy because you're running directly against reality. Material realities have a strong effect on us human beings. In other words, you're looking at your bank account, there's no money there. You're looking at your bank account, there's no money there. And we're saying vision is for you to imagine that bank account with a lot of money in it. So the reality will be speaking to you. Look, face up to reality. You broke, right? Situations speak to us. Then you experience a fight. That's what visionaries do. They experience mental fights. So many people, there are several reasons. This is the book, right? Lead. Proven principles to multiply your success at any level. It's on Amazon, right? So, and there are several other reasons there. But this one, painful past failures and painful experiences, right? Experiences like rejection. You've tried to sell things, right? And you had no. Some of the no's were more painful than others. Thank you, Janet from Indiana. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Elijah from Tema, Accra. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Okay. So some of the no's came with rejection, strong rejection. Thank you, Odette, joining us from Germany. Thank you. Right. So I'm talking about vision, right? Vision is the ability to imagine people, places, and things, not just the way they are, but the way they could be. People. And I said, you first. You've got to be able to imagine your life being a whole lot better than it is now. You've got to be able to imagine yourself making more impact on your world than it is now. I'm sure you know there's a connection between vision and provision. There's a relationship. Provision is a compound word. If you break it down, you have pro and you have vision. Pro is for. For. The opposite of anti. Anti is against. If it is pro-vision, then it is for the vision. In other words, resources come to you for the purpose of fulfilling vision. Ideas, that's vision, right? You can also say ideas. They are the magnets that attract the material equivalent of themselves, right? So you have no business with provision if you don't have vision. That's what I'm trying to say. Yourself, you've got to see yourself at a higher level of influence. How to develop that vision, different ways of going about it. That's part of what Shifts is about, right? Because the big challenge here, what's the principle that runs all through this book? Whatever you see and hear consistently over time will enter your heart and put your life on autopilot. That's the principle that runs through this book. The principle that drives the advertising industry, drives the media industry, powers the entertainment industry, reason why movies are powerful, the reason why music is powerful, the reason why education is what transforms people's lives literally, programs the citizens of a nation and an organization, right? Basic principle. So the ability to see yourself, not just the way that you are, but the way you could be, and then applying that to other people. So when you see people, you don't just treat them the way they are. You recognize potential in them. Then I talked about people, places. Places, your office, your neighborhood, your street, your city, your nation. Can you see it the way it can be? That's the only reason why people are going to follow you. Vision makes you a magnet. Why? This world is in desperate need of direction. Desperate. This world is in the more the world shakes, the more you have uncertainty in our world, the more people crave for direction. So as a leader, if you have a vision and you can communicate clearly, I have a vision. I can sense what the future is supposed to be. I have an idea how we should get there. You attract people, especially if you speak with confidence. You speak with conviction. Vision is an indispensable quality for a leader. This world is in desperate need of dreamers. Ability to see people, places, and what? Things, processes, systems, products, services. The car, right? The can opener, the TV set, the microphone, right? Ability to see things, not just the way they are, but the way they could be. And what is that unique equipment that the Creator gave you to do this? Your imagination. Your imagination. Your imagination. The older you get, the more it wants to fossilize. The more it wants to be stiff, and inflexible, and that's dangerous. It needs to be flexible. It needs to be flexible. Your imagination needs to be the place where miracles can happen. Come on. This is how you change your life. I know you don't have a job, but your imagination has to be the place where you can take a picture of yourself and take a picture of your ideal job and put them together, your ideal office, put them together. It's got to be the place where you can take your picture and take that of your ideal house and put them together, or your ideal car and put them together. Absolutely. Or your ideal relationships and put them together. That's where real change happens. That's where progress happens in our world. And now please understand what makes you a leader. being free from selfishness. If this is going to be all about you, you're going to operate at the lowest level of leadership. Your greatest dreams are going to be for survival. It's the reason why many people are stranded in our world right now. You can't be fighting for survival. It's the lowest level. No, go for significance. And you go for significance when you turn the focus away from yourself and you put it on other people. It's the fastest way to rise. Help as many people as possible to rise. As many people as possible. That's what leadership is about. Yesterday, just before I left Toronto, a gentleman requested to see me at the hotel because I knew him. We saw briefly, but my heart, he warmed my heart. He warmed my heart, honestly. The story is some 12 years long. His mom walked after me as we ended a service at our church in Lagos, Nigeria, and she just went down. I could see she was distraught. I said, "No, please stand, please stand, please stand. What is it? What is it?" And she said, "My son, he's in flying school in South Africa. My sister took the responsibility to pay his fees. My sister died. There's nobody to pay his school fees. I'm just a teacher. What I earn is very little. The little money, look at some of the receipts. I get very little money. But whatever little money I get, I send to him just to stay alive. If you can help, if the church can help." I said, "Okay, don't worry about it. With God's help. With God's help, we'll do it." Long and short of it, so the church paid his fees through flying school, even when he needed to do calibration for the Boeing 737, I think. And some years back, I was on a flight and he was flight officer on the flight. Both of us were happy, right? And I'd not seen him for some years. And this was in Nigeria, right? And then yesterday I met him and he's now a pilot, with one of the airlines in Canada, one of the big airlines in Canada. And I was just happy. Oh my God, the greatest investments you will make in this life are the investments that you make in man, in people, in the investments you make to unleash potential. I must warn those who, like me, come from the developing parts of the world. When you grow up experiencing deprivation, you become desperate for what we call breakthrough, financial and material breakthrough. And at that point, you're not thinking of anybody else. You just want to be able to, you want to get comfortable, right? And it can trick you. It can trick you into achieving limited success. Limited success. Fine, you're living a comfortable life, fine. But the big question is that the way to get the best fulfillment? Would you get your highest fulfillment that way? Just taking care of you and your family alone? I don't think so. I think there's greater joy, there's greater happiness if you shift the focus and add value to other people's lives. Bill Hybel said vision is the heart of a leader. He said if you take vision out of a leader, there's nothing left. Please reflect a little bit about it. And as you develop your capacity for vision, because it's at different levels, right? So all leadership starts from the personal level. So yes, please do start first by solving your own problems, right? Vision, remember, ability to see people, places, and things, not just the way they are, but the way they could be. Tear the barriers in your mind. Tear down the barriers in your mind. Overcome the pain of the past. There's a future, and it's time to create it. And when you're done, your team, your family, important. Your team, important. Your organization, important. Can you see for a whole organization? Can you see 10 years, 20, 30 years ahead? You got to read books. Thank God you're attending this session. That's why you don't play with leadership sessions, right? When you read books, you rub minds with some of the best minds in the world. Attend conferences. Invest money in it. It's not an expense. Some of the greatest investments you will ever make in your life are the investments you make into your thinking, right? Expand your capacity to be able to see for a city, to see for a state, and to see a whole nation transformed. That's what we want from our movement, right? Yes, nation builders and history makers. Anyway, has this been helpful? Has this been helpful? I hope it is. Any question for me before we go? I'll take 2 or 3. Thank you for joining us on all the platforms, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on X. Thank you. 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 Okay. Taiwo says, thanks, Pastor Sam. I have a plan to launch a leadership podcast and would want you as the maiden guest. What's required to have you on the show? It's just for us to, for the timing to work, right? So, if you want to be able to discuss that with my team, just shoot us an email, info@samademiglc.com, right? info@samademiglc.com. Now, that email is also useful for you if you want to inquire about our C-suite retreat. The C-suite retreat is just about 3 weeks to go. It's holding in Dubai, right? It's a maximum of 20 founders, CEOs, top government officials. It's highly exclusive. We discuss there are things that they'll never teach you in an MBA class. In fact, the first session, managing your success. Because what we want is for you to not only be able to remain successful, but for you to enjoy your success and for you to be able to continue being successful. The success comes with its own problems, comes with its own challenges, right? And then we discuss how do you manage betrayal, for example. It's how do you manage envy? It just naturally comes with success, naturally, right? That people will envy you if you're being successful. So we deal with all those things. How do you cultivate humility? Because without it, the likelihood that you will make serious mistakes is very high, right? Your ego helps you to succeed. You need the ego. But at the same time, if you don't manage that ego, it becomes the reason for your downfall, right? Anyway, so if you want to find out about that retreat, I think we have 2 seats left or so. Send us an email and we'll set up a short chat with you. info@samademiglc.com. Or you can just go on my link tree, right? If you go to my bio on whatever platform you're on, you'll see a link there. Yes, linktr.ee/samademi. And right there, you will see coming events. So you see that C-suite retreat there. And then you see the wait list for our other coming events like the Shift Conference, Maryland, USA. So that promises to be life-changing, right? And you can indicate interest. Whenever we sell tickets, we always sell first to those on the wait list. Okay, good. All right. So I hope I answered your question there. Good. Oh, thank you for all the feedback. Thank you that this is helpful. Thank you. Thank you. This is a very good question that will launch someone out of the struggle level, right? And it's not a crime to be at the struggle level because I've been there. How do we help people when we are still struggling with survival? Recognize that other people are like you. If you can identify your own needs, other people's needs are exactly like yours. And the point here is you should try to start first by meeting other people's needs. Example, if you're hungry, can you just briefly ask yourself, how many people are hungry like me right now in this city? It's a large number, right? That's the truth. Okay, actually, everybody needs to eat food. Okay, so can you find something to sell? Right? Can you sell food? Can you sell food? Is it possible actually to get some food, maybe loan some small money from someone, buy some raw food, cook the food, and then sell right? So on the screen right now, yes, we have the banner for the event in Dubai. It is highly exclusive. The experience is out of this world. The quality is beyond 5-star. It's amazing. But most importantly, we solve high-level problems for executives. Anyway, so join us. So it is this thing about taking the attention from yourself and putting it on other people. That's where the breakthrough is. So this happened to me on various levels, right? I was 1994. I was in intense prayer. I was reading. I was in meditation. I was doing deep reflection because I felt that I was stranded and I needed to find a way to break through. And I woke up one morning and there was just this inspired message in my heart. You're moving to the next level with the teaching gift that you have. You teach people principles for success, and you do it on radio, TV, through conferences, books, and so on. It came to me with clarity. Go on radio. And eventually TV and other things that have come to pass. But the first one, radio. Now, in my head was a crazy idea. But the first question I asked myself was, what authority do I have to teach people how to succeed? Should I not be successful first? I was in my late 20s, right? Still aspiring for breakthrough. Isn't that amazing? Still aspiring for breakthrough. And now I want to go on radio. I did not have anyone close to me to even model after. I did not know anybody personally who had been on radio before. So I had no clear idea about how. I did not have the money to pay for airtime and so on. I'm just grateful though. I went ahead. So sometimes you struggle to get things for yourself, you may not get them. But if it is to take care of other people's needs, you'll be amazed at the miracles that will happen. I was shocked when the money came. The first thing that shocked me were the people that walked up to me and said, oh, we heard what you said, that you want to start a radio broadcast. Can we help you? Professionals who helped him to produce a world-class radio broadcasts. It's amazing, right? So the basic thing, turn the focus away from yourself, put it on other people, identify other people's needs, identify the one you feel uniquely empowered to meet, and go for it. This thing also happened to me on the church side of my work, right? The church was not growing. I applied for this US visa. I was refused, and then I then also got into this deep season of prayer and deep reflection. And then it was the same thing that happened. I was saying, why is the church not growing? Why is the church not growing? And the answer just came to me. Why do you want the church to grow? You want the church to grow because you want to be more comfortable. That's not why, and that was like the voice of God, right? That's not why I set up the church. I did not set it up for you. I set it up for those people. And until you help those people to succeed, you'll never find the definition of success for your ministry. I say that for the sake of the pastor that is listening to me. It's amazing. I could not argue with it. I had struggled enough personally. I wanted to pastor a mega church. It was obvious if the church was large, I was going to be comfortable. And it was like they caught me on the motive side. It's not about you. And that was when I asked the question, wait. Let me even focus on these people. What do they really need? What are their needs? It's amazing. The solutions came easy. Once we categorized the needs, poverty came number one. I got more clarity. Okay, let's look at everything we've been doing. Have we tried to address the poverty problem? Let's even look at the messages I've been preaching. And it was obvious. The only thing I was teaching on finances was that they should give. I said, but that's not logical. They need to have it before they can give it. And then that influenced my prayer. Lord, is there anything in the Bible I can teach them that will help them to get the money in the first place? I want to teach it. What did I see in the Bible? I saw entrepreneurship. I saw investment as clear as day, right? I saw financial management principles, powerful ones, like the ones Jesus expressed in the parable of the talents. It's amazing. It was revolutionary. And once I started on that practical note, start a business. You got to sell something. I know loads and loads of people that acted on those things I said then, their lives changed. Some of them are multi-millionaires now, right? So you ask, how do we help people when we ourselves are struggling with survival? Help other people to survive. You'll be amazed. Zig Ziglar said, you can get everything you want if you help enough other people get what they want. All right. Can I take one or two more? Charles says, I'm joining you live from Ghana. It seems we can't get access to your videos and messages. How can one get access? I'm trying to understand what you mean, because you can watch them for free especially on YouTube if you want the long ones. The ones on the other platforms will always be short. On X, especially on Instagram, I upload videos practically every day. But when you want if you want the full ones, then of course they'll be on YouTube, right? Bamidele Ebenezer is asking a very important question. How do we train our minds to consistently see potential instead of limitations? Okay, good word. How do we train our minds? Oh, by the way, some people ask, is there any opportunity for one-on-ones with you? Absolutely, yes. Are there any opportunities for one-on-one? I coach people. It's just that I've defined who I want to invest my time with. I don't have all the time in the world anymore. So I coach C-suite leaders and top leaders in government, right? I believe that the investment of my time with them will be helpful to all of us, not just them alone, but all of us, right? The impact of the decisions and the behaviors of the leaders at the top on everybody else is outsized. That's why I invest my time mostly with them these days. If you fall into that category, absolutely send us an email or go on my link tree. You'll see a link there. Some people also ask, can we invite you to speak? Absolutely, yeah, that's what I do. That's where my gift works best, actually. So yes, there's also a link for that on the link tree, linktr.ee/Sam and then we can discuss how to make it work. All right. We are creatures of habits. Let me answer this question. We are creatures of habit. We're all creatures of habit. It's just the way we've been designed, we've been wired. You do something consistently for like maybe 30 days or 60 days, it will become second nature. You will be doing it to become default setting, right? That default setting is what we need to pay attention to more. That's why I wrote the book Shift. How to program that default setting is what this book is purely about. And I should let you know, the people that own the media houses, that invest in the movies and all of that, that they know the power of what they do. The people that own the media houses, they know what they're doing. And the schools, that's what they do. They program your default setting. So that's what I would recommend, right? You want to reprogram your default setting. I remind you of the principle. Whatever you see and hear consistently over time will enter your heart. So you need to create some things different from your current reality. The new things, right? The new things. You need to put them where your eyes can see them easily every single day. By my bedside, I have things there. I will always have things there. I have checks written, amounts of money I've never seen before. They're there. I have things there. I have goals for my organizations. I have it. As soon as they were done with the design of the jacket for this book, I printed it out. I put it there, right? With some targets. So yes, be intentional about what you're watching on YouTube every single day. Be intentional about what you read. Be intentional about what you listen to. It may seem to be free for you to sit in front of the TV and listen to the news, but I'm telling you, it's not free. It's costly. For some people, it's costly. What it's programming in there is costly, right? So yes, when the conscious mind has handled a fresh issue or subject or problem, and then it has found a solution, once something is routinous in the conscious mind pushes it down to the subconscious. So you just need to keep positive things long enough in your mind. Be very careful about your associations. There's no way you can have positive things on the wall, but if the people around you are negative, the people that you hear every single day, if they are negative, one is going to cancel the other out, one way or the other, right? So you need to be sure the people you are listening to every single day are positive. It's just a matter of time. You will find out your mind is more positive than negative. All of us receive temptations to think crazy thoughts. I promise you that. But you'll be more sensitive to negative things. The moment they come into your mind, you'll be sensitive. When a negative thought comes into my mind, my system responds, I notice, I kill it. Kill it. Oh, thank you, Donatien. Watching from Burkina Faso. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you. This has truly been a global event, right? This has truly been a global event. If it's your first time ever of hearing about me, I'll encourage you, whatever platform you're on, that you dig in, check all my previous posts. You will find very, very valuable material all through. And then when you can, join us at one of our events. Join us at one of our training events. They're usually life-changing. Okay, thank you for joining us, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're practically out of time, right? We're practically out of time. So we'll be back next Monday. Please drag someone in. Prepare and drag someone in. I really appreciate you all. Thank you for being a part of our community. And by the way, we have what we call the inner circle. So on that link tree, you will see the button for the inner circle. When we were in Toronto, we met with some members of our inner circle. When we had the Business and Leadership Roundtable Lagos in May, we had some members of our inner circle. I meet with some people once a month, and we are able to go deep on leadership. Secondly, when you're a part of our inner circle, we put you on a platform, circle.so, right? It's a community platform. It's very wonderful software. So not only are you able to interact with me, but you're able to interact with everybody else in the inner circle. You ask questions, somebody will help to answer you so that we can grow together as a community. When you join the inner circle, immediately you get access to what we call the 40-day leadership reset program. 40 videos. They're not long, so they won't take your time. 5 to 10 minutes, but on various subjects. Powerful. Just to give you a new programming and to prepare you for the new journey of success. 40 videos, right? Amazing. In fact, before people are through with the 40, they can see the radical changes happening in their lives already. And then, like I said, I meet with them monthly, and all the previous sessions that we've had, they're there on the platform. It's amazing. It's in terms of value, it's absolutely life-changing. So I encourage you to join our inner circle today. You'll see the button, like I said, on the link tree. So thank you everyone for joining us from our team here at Sam Adeyemi GLC and Success Power. We wish you a beautiful evening, a beautiful night, or a beautiful morning, or a beautiful day, depending on where you are in the world. Thank you for joining us, and bye for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Shift Conference. Before I say anything, please can we put our hands together for Dr. Sam Adeyemi.
I was on a salary of 30,000 naira a month, and I asked myself, Gabriel, what else can you do to earn 30,000 naira a month? If I can sell one truck of diesel, I'll make 30,000 naira a month. When you have a strategy, you implement it.
You must be intentional about building strategic relationships. The power that you have is not absolute in the space, because you must control the space to work, to support you, to deliver value. Hard work is good. I didn't say don't work hard, but working smart is better. Working smart is about maximizing productivity using every resource that is available to you.
Your mindset is like a compass. If it's off just a little bit, it's going to take you a lot of time to reach your goals. See, money is a tool. And so what I realized is if a person can change their priorities around their money, they could change their outcome. If they can change their mindset around their money, they could change their money outcome. Our financial outcomes is a derivative of our money behaviors.
You cannot travel within and stand still without. When you see cannot, that's riding on a principle. If I could push the inside, the outside is designed to do everything possible to catch up with it.
It gives us great pleasure to unveil to you, reveal to the world for the first time, his latest book titled Shift.